Make no mistake about it, we've seen a lot of volatility in the stock market lately. And I mean a lot of volatility. But a lot of YouTubers are making videos talking about an upcoming stock market crash. Even from my own subscribers, I see that a lot of you are under the impression that we're going to see a stock market crash. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about several things. Number one, I'm going to give you a list of stocks that I'm going to be keeping an eye on in case of a market crash or some sort of pullback where I can get these stocks a lot cheaper than they are right now. Number two, I'm going to be telling you exactly what to do and what not to do during a time when you're expecting a stock market crash. And we're going to be starting right now. Hey, what's going on? It's Pat from Top Ticker Trades. If this is your first time here and you want to learn how to grow your wealth through investing and trading stocks in the market, make sure you start right now by subscribing and tapping that bell so you never miss a thing. I'll see you in the video. Let's go. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. So today we're talking about what to do in order to prepare for an upcoming stock market crash if you believe that a stock market crash is coming. So the first thing that you want to do is be prepared with a lot of cash on hand because you're going to be buying stocks. I'm sure you've heard of buying low and selling high. Well, that's pretty much what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing the first part of that, which is buying low, and then later we're going to try to sell high. Now, if you're an investor and you plan on holding forever, that's fine too, but you still want to buy low. What's funny to me is that anytime that a stock market crash is brought up or mentioned, everybody starts to panic and get scared and freak out and wants to ask questions. Do you really think there's going to be a crash? When do you think the crash is going to happen? Who cares? All you need to know is that when it does happen, be ready. Be ready to buy at a freaking discount. Okay, that's how you make money. That's how we make money as investors and traders, is by getting things at a lower price point. Then you've got those people that, freak out and want to sell all their stocks because there's been a drop in the market and they think that things may go lower, that stocks may go lower. Well, that's all cool and all, but what if the stock market doesn't go lower? I mean, what if something happens and, let's say the Fed throws billions or trillions of dollars into the market and it goes up? Well, you just took a loss. So instead of trying to time the market, the smarter thing to do would be just buy shares at a discounted price. Okay, and hopefully they're going to be, extremely discounted. Hopefully there's a real crash and not just a correction. And by real crash, I mean, 30 to 40% down. Now, when you buy at these types of prices, you're really in to make a buck or two when the market recovers. Consider that a gift. Consider that an early Christmas from the stock market gods. But don't get me wrong, there are definitely times when you should trim some positions or definitely sell some stocks. Now, let's talk about when those times would be. And these are the times that you should be really, really scared. And the only reason that I see for that is if you're using margin. In other words, you're using money that's not yours. You're using money that belongs to your broker. And if the stock market were to go down and the stocks that you're buying or that you have bought using that margin, if they should tank, then you could be in deep, deep doo-doo. Okay, so unless you have a job and you can add back to that account or deposit more funds into that account, then I would be, scared, and then I would be selling off some positions if you truly believe that the market's going to go down and go down hard. Now, let me make one thing clear because I guess I didn't make this clear when I started recording this video. And when I talk about selling, or as I've been talking about selling, I'm talking about selling off at a loss. So if you're selling and taking a profit, there ain't nothing wrong with that. especially if you don't care about holding the stock long term. If you're just trading it, then that's fine. Go ahead and sell, take your profits. It's always good to take some profits anyways. But if you're selling at a loss for no reason at all, just remember this. You don't actually lose until you sell. You're supposed to hold and never pull out, or at least that's what they say. So here's another thing, if we're talking about a speculative stock or a speculative company, one that you're not sure about or that you don't know anything about, then that's a whole nother story. You may want to sell to avoid taking bigger losses since you didn't do your homework in the first place. But if you're talking about a company that's solid, about a stock that's solid that is going to go back up when the market recovers, that's a whole nother story too. That's when you don't want to sell for a loss. Personally, anytime I see a market crash or a market correction, or anytime that I see the market down whatsoever, to me that smells like opportunity, an opportunity to get stocks at a lower price point, which is exactly what I want to see, because that's exactly when I like to buy. So now that we got that out of the way, and now that we know when we should be buying, when we should or shouldn't be selling, let's talk about what stocks I'm going to be watching if they continue to go down, or if they go down in the first place. So keep in mind that these aren't all of the stocks that I'll be watching. This is just a small list of newer stocks that you guys will probably be familiar with. Some of them are a little bit maybe hyped up, which is why I'm using these, because they're not boring. And some of you may find some of the other stocks that I'm watching boring. So these are the more exciting stocks. So definitely I'm taking a look at NIO. Now, I don't think that this company really needs an introduction, but I'll go ahead and do it anyways. So NIO is a Chinese EV maker, considered by many to be the Chinese version of Tesla. This one has many big catalysts on the way and has been killing deliveries lately. So what separates this company from the competition is that it has a BaaS, which is battery as a service, and is quickly branding itself as a luxury vehicle in China. Another one I'll be watching is Pinterest. Now, a lot of you are probably sleeping on Pinterest, and at some point I was sleeping on Pinterest too. But Pinterest has been killing its earnings and very quickly turning into a disruptive social media platform, which is pure genius if you ask me, and should not be discounted. Pinterest is one that I'm extremely bullish on. I really want to get as much Pinterest in my portfolio as possible. It's one that I, didn't really care about in the past, but that's because I didn't understand it in the past, and I didn't understand exactly what it had going on. But after doing some research into the company and how it works and makes its money, let's just say I'm very interested right now, and I see this thing just taking off. I mean, I see it going 10 times where it's at right now pretty easily, in the future. And by that I mean, in several years from now. So this is gonna be a long hold for me when I finally do build a solid enough position. And of course, you can't have Pinterest without Snapchat. Gotta have that Snapchat. It's growing like a weed as well, and I believe we're gonna see a lot more growth out of this one into the future. And how about Palantir? It's a software company. I feel really good about it. I know it's very speculative, but to me, it's worth the risk to see where it goes. Another one I'm keeping an eye on is Jumia. Most of you probably know what Jumia is. It's known, or it was once known as the Amazon of Africa. Now, this company is going to see a lot of growth. I'm sure of it. It is also a speculative play though, so be careful with it, but that's another one I'm going to be watching to get into and get to build a position on. Now, the next two are also the last two. Both of them, in my opinion, are undervalued right now, but I've already got positions in both of them, and I'm looking for them to drop quite a bit lower before I add to my positions. So the first I'm going to mention is LCA. Of course, that stands for Lancadia Holdings. It's a SPAC that's going to, or was supposed to, merge with GNOG, which is Golden Nugget Online Gaming. Now, if you've been keeping up with the company, then you already know that we were expecting the two to merge at the end of the third quarter, which didn't happen, which in my opinion is why, or most likely why, the stock is currently trading at around $12 right now. So while it is a good entry for most people, especially if you haven't, taken a position yet, I would say that's a, good entry point, assuming that the merger goes through and all, which I expected to. But of course, for me, already having a solid position or a pretty large position, I'm waiting till it goes a lot lower, if it's going to go a lot lower. The second company I'm going to bring up is Tattooed Chef. I like this company. It's already profitable. Its revenues are expected to keep growing at pretty much incredible rates. And this is one that I'm keeping an eye on. The current share price is about $16 and something cents, which wouldn't be a bad entry for somebody getting in, but I'm looking for something much lower as I'm just adding to an already rather large position. If you haven't noticed, a lot of these plays or a lot of these stocks are pretty much speculative stocks. So make sure you do your own due diligence before you take a position. I know I didn't go into detail on these companies because basically I was just wanting this to be a video where I give you a few choices to look at. I've got individual videos on most of these stocks. The ones that I don't have individual videos on, I will be publishing some very soon here, so keep an eye out on those. Last but not least, if you haven't smashed that like button, make sure you do me a favor and smash that like button for me. I'm trying to go to double uploads, and it takes a lot of time and effort to do so, and a lot of research goes into these videos, so I would appreciate a nice thumbs up from you guys. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe because I'll be bringing you some valuable information every single day. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen, you've made it to the end of the video. If you found this video helpful, I ask that you help this channel out by smashing that like button, as it motivates me to keep making videos just like this one every single day. If you're not a subscriber, you should consider subscribing, as I publish valuable content like this daily. You can do so from your screen right now, and if you want to check out more of my videos, you can click on the video that you'd like to see on your screen right now. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.